We've all got that one craft beer brewery that we gravitate towards. Some of us have a couple more, but can you actually say you've got a top 10 favourite breweries in the UK? I can, because I've taken me a long time, but I've nailed it down. So here it is, my top 10 favourite craft beer breweries in the UK, and it's coming next on Scott Reviews Things. Hello and welcome back to Scott Reviews Things. Hope you are keeping really well and have had a great day, week, whenever this comes out. Now, this has taken some time, effort and conversations with varying different people, because originally I was going to do my top 5 craft beer breweries in the UK, and then I think it might have been Jim Secker. If you watch this, Jim, good man, who said, well, there's probably more than that, and that got me thinking even further. 5 isn't enough, 10's probably about right. Now, conversations with Jim, Mike McKenzie from Mackie, I incredibly got into a conversation with the owner of Phantom Brewing in Reading about this while we were at the Brewers Tap as well. So there's been lots of conversation around top 10 breweries. Now, beer is very subjective. Breweries are even more subjective, because we've all got that brewery that will fight the banner for Brewdog. They're not in it. They're not in it. But we've all got one brewery or those couple of breweries we gravitate towards and think they are fantastic. But can you say you've got a top 10? I can, and I've got some more. So I've got some that have just missed out but deserve a mention in my book. Now, I'm going to have missed some, or you're not going to agree with this, and that's absolutely fine. But as I said, beer subjective. So some of these wouldn't be in your top 10. And some of the ones that have just missed out would be, you'd have a completely different top 10. And if you have, put it in the comments below. What is your craft beer top 10 breweries in the UK? And I'm going to tell you mine right now. We're going to start with some honourable mentions, ones that have just missed out. And basically, these are breweries that some of these are going to have missed out because I just haven't had enough beer to formulate a real sort of opinion of, and I think that's fair. I can't just put a brewery in there because people say they are the best. If I haven't had beers from them, they can't go in. That's got to be fair, isn't it? So just missing out. If I look down, it's got a bit of paper that's telling me, because I'm getting old now, can't remember everything. So just missing out. First one, narrowly missing out, is the Colonel. Just very simple bottles. I think I've got one here, up here. Very simple bottles, brilliantly well-made beer with just great beer. I think they've got some stuff in. They've got some stuff in a Waitrose. So if you go into a Waitrose, I think there's a pale ale now in from Colonel. How's that not gone there, but it go over there? What the fudge? How's that? Something's not right there, because it'll go in over there, but it won't go in there. Don't know. Yeah. So just number one, missing out, the Colonel. The second one, just missing out, Pressure Drop. Got some beers from Pressure Drop, and whenever I don't have a huge amount of them, but when I do, Pressure Drop out of London. Really solid brewery. Very impressed with the stuff that I've had from Pressure Drop. So they're a brewery that if I see them in the fridge at the Brewers Tap, because generally where I pick my beer up these days, I'm gonna sort of gravitate and think, it's on my mind, I might pick that up. So just missing out, Pressure Drop. Next one, just missing out, Left-Handed Giant out of Bristol. Fantastic tap room. If you go down to Bristol, the tap room with the big square window, a bit like Play School, not the round window, the triangular window, the square window, is lovely. It's a lovely, lovely tap room, and they're making some really, really good beer. Again, if I see a left-handed giant beer in the fridge or on tap, it's in my mind. And I know that I think Andy over at From Beer to Eternity's just put one on. So, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of left-handed giant, but obviously not big enough fan because they're not in the top 10. Next one, just missing out, and I know people think very highly of this brewery, but I haven't had enough from them to say they would be in the top 10. That's Glasshouse. I've had some very good beer from Glasshouse, but they're a brewery that I know are good. I've had good beer from them, but I haven't had enough of them to make them into the top 10. If that makes sense. But I know Glasshouse is hugely respected by a friend, James Secker, who's well, and Mike McKenzie. I think he said they were good as well, and a few other people have said that they are absolutely spot on, but I haven't had enough of them. The one that's really just missing out for me, and this one pained me because I wanted to put it in there, and it's purely a local thing, but I think his beer deserves recognition because I think it's really, really good, and that's Southsea Brewing Company's Dave Eastwood from Southsea Brewing Company. Fantastic. The beers that Dave makes are really, really solid on his own. Generally moved from the castle into the new lockup, and the beer quality has gone with him. We've got a load of stuff here. So Alpaca Pool Party, X-Ray Specs is a cracking beer. Bad Eyed Bill when that comes on, phenomenal. They've got a really good low ABV beer, Low Tide. Their Lights Out Black IPA is a go-to beer for me at the tap. I absolutely love that. So yeah, just missing out, and I just couldn't fit them in with the quality of the breweries above him. But it's a gnat's fart how he didn't get into it. So those are my honourable mentions, which brings me obviously to my top 10, and we're going to count down from 10 10 down to 1. You're probably going to know what my number 1 is, but it doesn't matter. We're going to count down anyway. Number 10 is a Flock out of Canterbury. Flock, for me, are a brewery I've really come to like over about the last 6 months. Again, I've had a few of their beers. I don't think I've ever done a Flock beer on the channel, which is completely remiss of me, because generally I see them in the tap and I have them in the tap. So there's a fair few Flock beers on my untapped check-ins, not chickens. So yeah, Flock, really, really solid beer. Generally hazy New England style beers, and really, really well made. So if you see Flock around, then they are well worth picking up. I'm just seeing if I can find a can, because I don't know if I have. That's why I'll gaze around occasionally. Like that. So number 10 is a Flock out of Canterbury. Number 9 is universally agreed one of the standout breweries in this country, but they're quite low down for me. Daya out of Cheltenham, just really good beer. This beer here, very faded now, but Steady Rolling Man is an absolute classic beer. Recently I reviewed the Fluorescence. I've done the summer pale ale, summer IPA, Glue, some absolutely tremendous. They do some variants of really solid man, Steady Rolling Man, not really Steady Rolling Man. They just make some really good beer, Daya, and fully deserve their place in my all-encompassing, no one can question it, top 10. So number 9, Daya. Number 8, this could cause a few problems. This could cause a few. Number 8, for me, and a lot of people aren't going to agree with this because people call them a one-trick pony, but that trick they do really well is Elusive Brewing. Absolutely. If I'm after a West Coast IPA, which we all know Scott loves, don't speak about yourself in the third person, you twat. Love a West Coast IPA, and these boys, Andy, they're making some tremendous stuff. Even now, Oregon Trail, fantastic. Wagon Pitch, the Midnight Oregon Trail, the Black IPA version is incredible. Just, they may be a one-trick pony. I don't give a shit. I think their Westies are really, really good. And for me, I couldn't sit comfortably not put in the amount of beers I've had from Elusive Brewing over the time since I've been doing this channel. I could not put them in my top 10. So number 8 is Elusive Brewing out of Finch Hampstead. Number 7 is a brewery I know is going to be a lot higher on a lot of people's top 10s, but they're in here, but they're not higher because I haven't had enough beer from them to warrant them being higher. That's Asvex. Asvex, I've got one of their beers up here, I think, somewhere. Plasma Ghosts. I don't think you've seen that yet, but Plasma Ghosts is, and I got that for my birthday. It's an incredible beer. I've had probably 5 or 6 Asvex beers at the Brewer's Tap, probably more over time, and they've all been of impeccable quality, but I haven't had enough of them to put them higher. But Asvex out of Liverpool, I know people get a bit arsy about their AI generated cans. I don't give a fuck. I fucking care. As long as the beer's alright, who cares? Doesn't matter. I know it's putting artists out of jobs, and I understand all that, but just make a decent beer. You know, and Asvex are making some fantastic beer. So number 7 on Scott's all-encompassing list is Asvex out of Liverpool. And I'm well aware people are going to say that's their number 1 or number 2. It's my list. I do what I fucking want. Number 6, Rivington. Rivington out of Chorley. Chorley. Got a Rivington can over here. 1 in the morning. Every beer that I've had from Rivington has been good. Some have been great, some have been terrific. Their Evil Dead range, which is, I know they've just published for Halloween, fantastic, really, really good stuff. And I don't think I've ever had a beer from Rivington that I thought, that's a bit shit. I've had a couple that haven't met the expectations of others, but every brewery is going to do that. But you know, 500ml cans as well, or like Daya. I think that's the only one so far that got 500ml cans. Flock 500ml, they 440s. Can't remember. Someone will let me know. But yeah, Rivington, absolutely tremendous and well worth picking up if you see them. So number 6, Rivington. Number 5 is one brewery that would have been probably higher for most people. That's Verdant. Verdant, don't have to say any more, do I really? Verdant, universally agreed as probably the poster boys at one point of UK craft beer. You've got the Putty range, Allen, this one, what was that called? Comfort Settings with Wylam. This low ABV beer, People, Money, Space and Time, it's about 2.83%. Just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Verdant, Light Bulbs, a cracking beer, just solid beers. I mean, they release Putty every year. It's not even their best double IPA. You got the Shark range, Whale Shark and fucking Div Shark and Shit Shark and all them. All really, really good beers. And yeah, Verdant are just exceptional. But there are 4 better. Or higher, anyway. So number 5 in my list is Verdant. Number 4, my good friend Jonathan Brown from Northern Summer Beer Reviews has recently discovered this brewery, and good on him, because I don't think I've done a great deal of these on the channel, but I've had a fair few of their beer at the Brewer's Tap, and that's Phantom Brewing out of Reading. Met the owner, lovely Paul Judd I've known for a long time, and their beer, this isn't nepotism or favouritism, Phantom, just incredibly well made. Again, hazy, generally hazy New England styles. I think they've done a Westie, but I think Paul said it. A lot of people don't make West Coast because there's this thing that they don't sell. I disagree, but then I'm not in the brewing trade. It's not my money going in, and I'm not the one losing it. But Phantom makes them. They've just had the Truth range, so the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Very, very good can art. So you instantly know you've got a Phantom beer because of the can art. Just incredibly well made, don't think, again, they're a brewery I don't think I've ever had a bad one from, and that's key. There are ones that I haven't enjoyed as much as others, but you can still tell the quality of the beer. And I think that's a standout of a brewery that's doing really, really well. Phantom Brewing, out of Reading, they're my number 4. We've got 3 left. Number 3 is, again, a brewery that I think they've come on leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. Beak in Lewis. Beak make very, very simple. I don't know if I've got a Beak can here. Thought I did. Probably don't. Probably did. Don't. Beak. Again, when we're on about can art standing out, Beak stand out. It's quite simple. Bright primary colours. Generally a white can wrap with bright colours. Simple names. This was called Cushions. 8% double IPA. Really, really, really good brewery, and making some phenomenally good beer. Again, I can't remember a beer from Beak that I thought was anything below really good. So if you see Beak around by you and you haven't had any, then pick them up, because you ain't going to be disappointed. So number 3 is Beak Brewery. Number 2 in my top 10 favourite, bestest in the whole wide world, UK breweries, is Mackie. And people are going to say, "Oh, that's only because you live there." I'm going to tell you the truth. I have nothing to gain from this. I don't get anything from these people, or any of these people. Loudmouth talking bollocks about beer. But Mackie, over this year, I think have come on leaps and bounds. Their double IPA range, the multiverse range, has been absolutely incredible. And I know that's been going on for longer than this year, but I've sort of gravitated towards the Universe double IPA 8%ers this year. And for me, my beer of the year is from Mackie, the Nelson Universe beer, which was absolutely fantastic. They've just released the Nectaron, which is really, really good as well. All of those Universe beers are fantastic. They've got far out lager. They've got far out IPA. They do a lot of sour IPA range and sour stuff and space sodas. They've got the Space Shake range, which is incredible. They're just milkshakes, alcoholic milkshakes, and they're just phenomenal. So for me, and I stand by this, Mackie, number 2 for me, for my favourite breweries in the UK. And I think it's well deserved. If you've not tried any of these beers from Mackie, please pick them up, because I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. I really don't. So if you see them on Trembling Madness or in a bottle shop, local beer emporium, something like that, pick them up, because you're not going to be disappointed. So number 10, Flock. Number 9, Daya. Number 8, Elusive. Number 7, Asvex. Number 6, Rivington. Number 5, Verdant. Number 4, Phantom. Number 3, Beak. Number 2, Mackie. Which leaves my favourite brewery in the UK, and it's going to come as no shock. It's Track Brewing out of Manchester. Just make mind-blowing double IPAs. It's just fantastic. A whole row of stuff here. The Gold Top range is just sensational. I could go on and on about Track. I had a few beers up there in July when I went to see Oasis. Just an incredible, and I think they've come on so far in about the last 18 months. And if I see a Track beer, they're expensive down by me. They're not cheap, but I know if I'm shelling out £7, £8, £9, I know what I'm getting. And I think that's critical, because when you're shelling out that sort of money, you've got to be sure it's going to be worth it. And with Track, I don't think I've ever had a beer. No, I have had a beer that let me down. They did Dreaming of Dolcita, which I hated. I absolutely hated it. But everything else, you've got to be honest, didn't you? My Untapped, I think I'll give it 1.5 out of 5, something like that, because I hated it. I just didn't like the hop at all. But generally, their beers are exemplary, and for me, they stand. And Mackie aren't far away with the double IPAs, but they stand on the shoulder of giants in this country. I think they are that good. So number one in my top 10 craft beer breweries is Track from Manchester. What's yours? What's your top 10 favourite breweries in the UK? Who do you gravitate towards? Who would you have in the list? Who would you take out of the list? Who do you think has no right being in that list? Really interested in your comments as well, because the interaction, that it's interesting. I like reading your comments. I like replying to the comments. So that's my top 10 favourite breweries. What's yours? Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button. Like and subscribe. There'll be another video over here if you've enjoyed this rubbish. And I'll see you very soon. Have a great evening.